Alright, let's get it done. Let's get ready. Alright, we're good. We're ready. I forgot where we left off. I think we did a story which involved Angered Benedict. So, I don't know. I forgot everything. Literally. I don't know. Maybe being hungry causes you to forget things, but I don't know. 15th April, 9:34 p.m. Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. Also, for those of you who are wondering what that noise in the background is, it's just my heater. I really need to warm up the place. It's getting cold out. It's getting super cold. It's getting super cold out. Like, how cold is it? I don't know. Cold enough to get me to turn the heater on. Can I actually find the weather here? Or not? Probably not. Oh well, never mind. Okay, moving on. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Wait, do I still have... Yeah, I do. Okay, I can hear it. Oh, yeah. Iris's cooking was truly divine. I would know I put some effort into it. I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now, because he got it back in the pond. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. No. No. Stop. Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something? I wonder... What's the matter, Suseta-san? Is it about the telegram? It's about the telegram. It's about the telegram I received. I somehow knew it! Ah. The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. What? Summoned? What do you mean? The telegram was from Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Stronghow was asked to see me. Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh, no, that won't be necessary. Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned below. Alone? What on earth for? There's a trial tomorrow that you're in on? I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Why was she summoned? Tomorrow. Oh, could it be? Who could it be, I wonder? Good evening, friends. Ah, Iris. Hello again! Why would Iris... And there's Gina. Oh, I might! And Gina, too. Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. Okay, so what? You know, I've learned so much today. Like what? What do you learn? How to nick? How to get a thieving level of 99? Oh, what in particular? All of those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful? That it could be anything for all I know. I mean, all those pickpocketing techniques we had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it. No, you're gonna get bopped in the head by a Bobby one of these days. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. But I have it. Why? How? Why? How? Wait, what? That's mine! Oh my, however did you... I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius. My god, why? So anyway, here, you can have it back. Now that I really understand why you wear it, though. Ah, thank you. Alright then, good night. Yes, good night. Why? What else do you have to say? So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Jenny? I think I'd fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this. Yes, me too. Haha. It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. Oh, fine, the manuscript. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about it. The manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh, not at all, Iris. Not at all. I don't know what this is all about, really, but it's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This manuscript, or whatever you call it. It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's! That's right. Don't suppose I've mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once. His partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though. Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I studied them and I wrote my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's your old man now, then? Buried in Japan. That's where he is. Oh my god. My god. Oh. Can't go all the way on urgent business to a faraway land. Be gone a very long time. So, I never really met him. She never actually knew that his father, or her father, passed away. John H. Wilson. He was a victim. He was a victim in the first case of the game. And we didn't figure out until this case. Actually, we're not really in a case, but we're in this episode. But what the hell? So I never really met him. But we did. We found out he died shortly after. Oh. Alright. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Or perhaps we should ask her. Really? We have the time to ask her? The Hound of the Baskervilles. What is the story about? Iris, this Hound of the Baskervilles story. I take it that's another tale inspired. I can't think. I'm so freaking hungry. Hunger burps. I take it that's another tale inspired by your father's accounts? That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow from the other cases, I mean. Oh, how? I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I read it and showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that. Why? It pains me to have to say this after you toiled over for so long, Iris. But the story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances. But why not? It's one of my best works. I'm not at liberty to say. Not now, so please do not ask me. Why? What does the story include? Alright then, I won't. But I do solemnly swear that I'll explain everything one day, Iris. When the time is right, you will know. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Winnibank. Is it? Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. Even though she is a child, she's 10 years old. But how old are you then? Seriously. You're 17.
You're still acting like a child, but what the hell? Everybody's a child in this game except for some other people who are not a child. But what the hell? It's mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that. I should smack him across the face! I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. Yes, he is! Yeah. If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so too.
Tisk, you lot are too trusting for your own good. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying, Iris! I bet my life on it.
How do you know? What? Hurley's lying to me? Okay, is it possible to speak to... Yeah, it is. I just have to move over here to speak to her. Alright, your parents, Sholmes lie. I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't going to ever. Never did have.
Oh.
Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us. From the minute we're born, not even our mums.
Really? Crap. So that's why Gina and I are so together.
But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by.
That's why you're a pickpocket.
Nah, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. I watch him scream as he finds out a minute later. And that's all we get all full to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it.
No, you're not like Robin Hood. Robin Hood steals from the rich and gives to the poor. Unless you count yourself as the poor, that's a whole other story. But usually the poor are someone else, not yourself.
Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents. I mean, I always thought it would make everything right. And, but I haven't listened to what I haven't listened to what I just said. It sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Oh. I mean, if you know you never had him, and you don't feel like you're always wanting to see him.
Wait, what?
It's true.
Oh.
I do want to see Daddy so much. Oh, Iris.
I don't think you do, because then it would actually be worse for you. Ugh. My God. Sholmes lied. How do you know Sholmes is lying? Gina, what do you mean when you say you knew about Mr. Sholmes' lying to Iris?
Well, he reckons he popped that mental script or whatever, right? Oh, come on! That's obviously a load of rubbish.
Oh my, why would you think that, Gina?
It's simple. If that story was really an old Winnie Bank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without in, yeah. But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Ha! Grown up to a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet.
Some part of me agrees with Gina, but at the same time, I still wonder about the manuscript.
I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't at Winnie Banks. You'll soon see if you add a look. Even if you think you trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar, like the rest of them.
If I'm honest,
I have wondered if Hurley is telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris.
Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along now, Ginny, we should get back downstairs.
Yeah, alright.
And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning, I insist. Oh, yes, please, I can't wait, Susie. Good night then.
Huh. Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child. Ugh, dang it. Dang it, I really missed. Missed again. Crap. Hold on a second. Spin on the floor again. I gotta stop spinning on the floor. Oh, well. Alright, I really get it tangled up in all the wires right here. I got so many wires.
I think it's time that turned in for the night too. Naruhodo-san.
So, the summons. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father. But also, the name of the murdered visiting professor at UMA University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Like what? Huh. He's just dozing off and sleeping. Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo. What? The voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. Huh. What's going on? In the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She's probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfast with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl had gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out of the window, my dear fellow. What? What's this about? What are we gonna find? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night? How could... That's Mr. Winniebank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Winniebank's. But how could they see the pawnbrokery from that angle? Oh no.
Simple. That story was really a Winniebank's story. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Ives, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
Gina have gone. It seems you have knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh, no. No, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once! Mr. Sato! April, 1:14 a.m., Baker Street. The door to Winnie Banks. It's open.
And the lamp is burning.
It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, let's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. Or a toe. There's no one here. Oh yes, there is. What? Ah! Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! What the? Miss Sholmes? And shot?
Leave me, Naruhodo.
But after them, go right. A tall figure and a short figure. Who the hell? Blast! I've lost them.
Hello, hello. What do we have here?
The alarm just raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Did you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? Bloody hell, what's this all about? With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Winniebank's. Oh my god, Sholmes really was shot? Ooh, got a cutscene.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Narado.
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
Is that the pawnbroker? And is that Gina Lestrade?
It's Gina!
Looks like we actually do have a case that we have to deal with. I really like the anime cutscenes in this game. At least they talk for me. I really like the cutscenes. I really like what Capcom's on. Investigation Part 3. Really? Well, at least Sholmes is still alive. What the hell? Bang. Ah! I'll be alright. Mr. Naruhodo. After them. Go! We're just reliving what just happened. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina? From the moment Winniebank's pawnbrokery became a crime scene, everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back into my lodgings at 221B. 16th of April, 6:21 a.m. Naruhodo's legal custody. Oh man. Oh, Iris. When I saw the picture, Gina had a gun in her hand. A telegram came, but all it said is, "Wait at home." Oh yes, we asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back. When I woke up, I was all alone.
Willie and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone.
What happened, Bruno? Poor Iris. She's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know. Something awful has happened, hasn't it? Someone got shot. Yes, I'm afraid so. I'm not sure about what happened. The events at Winniebank's. Sorry I have to tell you this here, Iris, but Mr. Winniebank is dead.
How?
He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning.
Oh, yes. I had a feeling.
You did?
Well, I saw the police carriages pulling up outside his shop. So I knew something must have happened there.
When we answered Winniebank's in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out into the street, and I chased after them. But they got away.
So it was one of them who shot old Mr. Winniebank, I suppose?
I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment. Interesting why those 2 shadowy figures, the tall one and the short one. Huh. Interesting. But, I don't know, the storeroom door was locked. So, there's no way those 2 would have been able to
loot the storeroom. So were they just on the scene randomly?
Oh, why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina.
Ginny, but why?
Well, the thing is...
No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that.
I know. None of us think she did it.
Then why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. Okay, Sholmes situation, Susato situation.
So where's Hurley then? Is he still there investigating the scene? He'll have to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
You were shot last night. I don't want to worry you, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to the hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Mr. Garnetzx, a gun was fired, and he took a bullet.
Hurley? He was shot? No.
It's alright. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Sinna's, attending to him there.
I must see him at once.
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't. You can't.
Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate? Oh, poor Hurley.
Injured Sholmes. It was the two thugs who were in Mr. Garnetzx's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them.
Go.
After that, I ran out into the street, but... well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Bruno. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris. Susato situation. She was alright after.
Where's Susie, Bruno?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expected she's still being questioned. The police said that it wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Miss Susato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
Ah, I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early. Good thing Naruhodo is able to get out.
You should have let me know and I would have come to the station.
Nah, you needed your sleep. You needed the sleep, dear God. Gina's arrest.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. That's not fair. What about the two thugs that were at the scene? Why weren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris.
Ah, this is all so horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Garnetzx was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all his deposited articles. The storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. Jean was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards...
Don't tell me there was no one else in the room.
A locked room mystery. Just like the SS Beria steamship. Yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well?
What can I say? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't. Catch-22 either way. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much else I can do at the moment. But I can at least try to find out on how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno. I can't stand just sitting around waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder. But I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me?
Oh yes, I'd love to.
She is at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed.
And don't forget we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
Ah, I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Huh. Okay. But then again, who is boiling the tea? Spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. I love the smell of fire, unless steam rising from the kettle.
Oh, how about some tea, Bruno?
Thanks, Iris, but I'm alright for now. The green tea Susetsu-san makes from time to time, Iris is unique. This place is paradise for a true tea lover.
If you're sure, you know I'll always have plenty whenever you're feeling thirsty.
Am I gonna get a different conversation with Iris over a shovel? That spade has been there since we started renting the place.
Bruno, that's not a spade. It's a shovel.
Ah, you're a shoveler, aren't you? I had a feeling that you picked me up on that.
Oh no. I pick of something else entirely.
Yeah. Now I've dug myself in an even deeper hole. Great. Fine. Okay. Anybody else over here? Now, I think I have an opportunity to look... Oh, wait, this chest? I've only been here in London for about 2 months. My desk is starting to look a little messy already.
Mr. Hurley's desk is far worse, you know.
I'm sure if I try hard enough, I can make my desk as messy as Mr. Sholmes.
I wonder.
You don't think I can?
Well, it takes a certain genius to reach that level of disorder, you know.
The path to true mess is long and arduous, it seems. Alright, now... Do I have the opportunity to actually look at the telegram?
Oh, this looks like a telegram.
It is, but you mustn't open it. Not under any circumstance.
Alright, I won't. Now then, let's see.
No! What did you just say? You mustn't open it.
Don't worry, I won't. With this special concoction I've developed, I'll be able to see through the envelope without having to open it.
No, that's not allowed either.
Oh, but I'm sure it's something important.
Little geniuses sure can be mischievous. Really? Oh well. So I guess I get a different explanation based on who's with me. Alright, fine. Just skip whatever examinations. A new location has been added. Prison. St. Sinners Hospital. Where's Jean Lestrade? Shown's been taken. Let's head to the hospital first. We're going to see Sholmes. 16th of April, St. Sinners Hospital, Ward 3.
Hurley! Oh,
What?
he's not here.
No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she?
Oh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby and the bullet wound wasn't that bad after he's all been sent home.
Not so sure about that, baby or not. There's no question that it was fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered.
Oh. Hello, what have we here?
This ward is off limits, no visiting. So what are you doing in here, eh?
Well, I'll have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin.
Eh? Oh, begging your pardon then, ma'am. Sir. A little lady and a curious decent gentleman. A great mystery solver as a mysterious family, eh? If that's how you see us, sure.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley?
I believe he's currently in the operating theater, ma'am, undergoing an extensive operation.
Extensive.
It's been several hours since he went in.
Oh dear. Is he going to be alright?
Well, it doesn't appear to be woken, you see. The anesthetic, that is.
Oh,
I've heard a report that the gentleman claims he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is.
ha.
Anyway, I think it'll be fair to assume that he won't be back here for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
Oh, poor Hurley.
Okay, so we won't be able to see Sholmes for a while. So... let's go see Gina. In April, local prison. Cell 13. And there she is. In the same position Soseki-san must have been. But then again, was Soseki in a different cell? Hello, Gina. Oh god, are you actually gonna load our nade?
Stand back! I'll shoot you! Oh, you still have the grenade launcher, Hurley and I, me.
I wish you wouldn't put it at me all the time, though.
What are you in for? Ginny.
I have a feeling it's because that you've ended up in trouble. So we're thinking that we might be able to help you.
Well, you can't!
Sorry.
You want it? Get lost! Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You never shoot at someone. I just know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one! Oh. You ain't got the first idea about the likes on me? I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw me chance, I sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I could lay me hands on and get it. That's the kind of person I am. But Ginny, I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came by and said they'd be my lawyer for me or something like that. Said it was my right for something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one!
She couldn't be staring at it anymore, obviously, if she tried.
Why are you being like this, Ginny?
Why, indeed. Legal representation. Who's going to defend you? I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away?
You wanted me to sign some papers, representation of papers or something like that. It's all going to be rigged anyways, the whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do.
Why do you think like that?
Because that's how it's always been for me, growing up in the black slums, my whole life. If you don't do what the grown-ups tells you, you'll get your mates dragged off by the coppers or worse. I've had it happen to me before now. Been sold over and nearly snaffled on the back of it. You can't trust no one. That's the point. As soon as you do, you're going to grass dead. Put under like the rest of them. Put in the ground like the rest of them.
Gina,
Put in the ground like the rest of them.
if you... oh, shit, why... If you like in tomorrow's trial, I could...
Forget it! Jenny, don't you trust Reno? Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone.
What happened? Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night, at the pawnbrokers.
There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me. So I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest.
But why, Gina? Why would you do that?
Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a load of work. And half the time you don't even get nothing.
Is that really why you broke into the place?
What?
Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else?
Oh! Give it a rest! Would be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a bit blind old difference. Please tell us, Ginny. We'll believe you, whatever it is. Believe me? Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. Even me. And you know what? When it comes to lies, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies. I have.
What?
What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
unforgivable lies. What could you possibly have said? What do you mean before, Ginny? When you say you're the biggest liar of the lot? Why didn't you tell us of these unforgivable lies? Maybe we can help.
Sorry. We're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now.
Ginny, please. Oh, yeah. I wanted to give you this, something to remember me by.
What? Kitty? Wagahai? A photographic print of a really adorable cat. Wait, is that Wagahai?
I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it.
I wonder what a little photograph like that was doing in the pocket of the overcoat.
Anyway, don't be bothering coming again. Bye!
Really? Cut dry like that? Oh, Ginny. White cat photograph. Photograph depicting a little sweet little cat obtained from Gina while interviewing her in a prison cell. Uh-huh. So why would you have this photo? Look on the back of this print here. There's something written on it. 15th February, 9 p.m. Article deposited. 1 small box. Loan amount paid. 10 shillings. Redemption deadline, 13th of April, 9 p.m. 2 days ago. There's a photographic print is a redemption ticket. 13th February. This could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder of the omnibus. Oh crap, it was 2 days. Not 2 days ago. 2 days before the omnibus. A small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it? Bruno, Professor McGill still had the ticket, and presumably never redeemed the article. So do you think the box must still be present somewhere in the shop? Ah, yes. If it's something like that. And 9 p.m. We all know what time it is. This time. Because I need sleep. If I can't eat, at least I'll sleep. Need to investigate. Redemption ticket issued from pawnbroker box owned by the victim. Mr. Waybank in the form of a handwritten note on the back of the photograph. It's an adorable little cat. I think it's a little like Wagahai. I always thought that cats like to curl up inside on the heavy kotatsu blanket when it snowed. I know about kotatsu blankets. It's a small little table with a blanket over to keep yourself warm. I'm well aware of, actually, have some idea of Japanese culture. Maybe British cats are different. They know when it gets cold, so they curl up. So, this turned into something else. Interesting. So you know what? What if I present her with this? What is she gonna say? Here, Gina, look at this.
No, Ta! I wasn't saying you could have.
Wasn't saying you could have it.
Oh, weren't ya? Oh, when someone says I can't have stuff, it makes me want it. See?
So you better get it over. No, I'm not giving it to you. Okay, fine. Anything I do at this point is not gonna work. Alright, so we've already been to the hospital. Won't be able to see Sholmes. We've been to the prison. We got one piece of evidence that leads us back to the shop. I don't know if we can get in there. So let's actually go outside the shop and see what's what. Huh. So maybe we can talk to the constable. There's still a Scotland Yard carriage outside Windybanks.
Never imagined we'd be investigating a case so close to home.
Poor Irish. She's very upset by all this. I'm sorry. I was there. I should have done more.
None of this is your fault, Bruno. So please don't apologize.
But
it's the criminals who are to blame for all this. So let's investigate and work out how to catch them.
Yes, you're right. Okay, so I don't know how you could possibly look out the window to Windybanks, because that building would have been in the way. It's already been 2 months that we've been taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholmes' office. I still can't quite believe it all. How could you have seen Windy Banks? It's like that building is in the way. Never expected things to turn out like this.
When Hurley comes back home, let's have a big party.
That's a great idea. I'm sure it won't be long. Mr. Sholmes is very tough.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I might be able to get into Windy Banks. Let's actually see what is inside. Can we actually get inside despite the constables being outside? Well, there's definitely a constable inside. 16th of April, Windy Banks Pawnbrokery. Interesting. Walking animation.
This is where it happened, then, last night.
That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables.
But, apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of disturbance.
No, you're right about that. Actually,
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals, all dressed in black. Oh, yeah, I have that! Alright, sunshine.
Oh, Inspector. Good morning.
I suppose I have to thank you for your vigilance last night. You got to the scene before it was disturbed at last. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind? Yes, I'm sorry about that. I look at you in contempt now.
I thought you would assign extra men to beat around here, Garnetzx. Now look at what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Ah. Your ladyship! Oh, so what, Iris has some hold over Gregson? No one told me you were coming!
I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital attending to him as we speak. Yeah.
And I don't think it's Runo's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am, as you say. Uh-huh. The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Would you believe that? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change. Oh, well, me manners. Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice?
Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Garnetzx? I have some of my special herb tea with me, if you'd like some.
Oh yes, tea time. Oh yeah, that's the shit. Ah, lovely. Thank you very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't recognize him like this. He's teary over tea. Teary over the tea. He's... I don't know. Oh well. Alright, fine. Let's talk with Inspector Grayson. The investigation, Mr. Sholmes, your ladyship.
So how's the investigation going, Inspector?
Nothing to it, really. Very simple cases. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge the diver we arrested last night. In fact,
Gina?
you're going to charge her? That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish to oblige you, I'm afraid.
Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What the?
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How? How could you? How? How can you possibly know that?
I had a feeling. That's all.
I'm interested to know. Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yes, they'll round it up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat. And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison? She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course. And I get new regenerating fish and chips in my newspaper. Don't
don't know how that works, but I got unlimited nourishment. Mr. Sholmes.
Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's being operated at St. Sinners. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's a hospital policy. No visiting at all.
Oh,
Bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He lost a fair bit of blood.
oh no.
He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know. Well, anyways, he's having emergency surgery right now. That'll stop the bleeding.
But he'll be alright, won't he? You'll be able to make him better?
Oh, of course, your ladyship. He'll be as right as rain before you know it. Actually, I don't know it. What the hell?
Really? How do you know?
I don't. Don't ask. Eh? How do I know? Well, because... Of course. Ah, yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why. She knows it's a lie. I pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear, please don't die, Hurley.
I'll report to your ladyship in the moment I hear he's on the operating theatre. Her ladyship. Why are you like that?
Couldn't help noticing, Inspector.
What? Out with the sunshine? I got no other catchphrases. That's the only thing.
Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris.
Wash the sauce, Sonny. I'm a copper and we don't go in for favoritism.
But he's right. You do treat us differently.
It's because of those adventures of Sherlock Sholmes stories, that's why.
Oh.
I crop on them, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's. What did he write about the inspector? What did you write about the inspector, Iris?
I don't remember really.
It was one of the Sholmes lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yard, is how he put it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what that one line did for me, eh? The very next month, my pay doubled! Doubled, I tell you!
Oh, that's amazing.
All because everyone in the yard reads them. They read their Sherlock Sholmes stories. They've even set up a fan club for me.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around the time you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? All I did was take one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, the great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think about what will happen to my cell if it came out in that print, eh? The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month when the new Rance magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
You're gonna get teary over tea again.
You can't spell teary without T. Because...
Oh, lovely. So very much that I really hit the spot, your ladyship.
Well, you didn't get teary this time. T. Total. No. Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Naruto.
Yes, what is it?
I've got an important message for you. Clean forgot about it until now.
An important message? I wonder what it could be.
A whole other topic.
Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector?
Yeah, it's about the young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Dearest Susie, is she alright?
She's at the station.
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe?
Nope, not anymore. She had to head off.
Head off? Where?
To
To Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her. Ah, yes, of course. I've forgotten about that. One of the locks took her to the Yard carriage after we finished questioning her. Well, she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the returns to go meet her there. She's got a nerve of using Scotland Yard as a bloomin' messaging service. I see. Well, thank you for passing on that, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go see Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. I better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. Okay, fine. So that's how it's gonna be. New location is added. Lord Chief Justice's office. Alright, fine. This is the next place we have to go to. I'm pretty sure. Huh. 16th of April, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Interesting. Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
You think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at all the suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you.
Everything is clear with regard to Jamal's arrangements, I trust.
Yes, thank you very much.
There they are. Susetta Sen and Lord Strongheart.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland.
What? Wait, what did he just say? Susato's gonna be pushed back to Japan?
Why?
You'll return to your homeland? Susato-san! Why is Susato returning to Japan?
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
Why? What was that all about?
Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, thank you for coming to collect your colleague.
What's this all about? Why are you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow. Why?
Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial? You mean... she's been formally charged now? Oh dear.
Yeah, now you're getting this. Why is Susato being sent back to Japan? Returning to our homeland. Susato, what's this all about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan.
But why?
Your life here can continue just as it had.
That's not what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father. He's fallen in.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Professor Mikotoba? Okay, yes, sorry.
You must be the defendant, Inosuke Naruhodo, I believe?
Yes, that's right.
My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University.
Father.
We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever. Causes apparently unknown. And it seems he grows weaker day by day.
I don't believe it. So she's going back to Japan to meet with her father.
So you're aware the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Susato's departure as much as possible.
Yes, absolutely. Uh-huh. So that's what they're telling her.
I'll leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
Can't believe this is happening. So I won't be able to have Susato's assistance during the trial. I literally have to do it all on my own now. Gina's been charged. she'll have to appear in court. Unfortunately. Yeah, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of the trial has been set for tomorrow. No, not even 24 hours later?
Gina? Ah, the Lestrade girl on the murder of the Bagel Street pawnbroker, yes. An old transpicious case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot in a panic. No, the odd is overstretched as it is, without wasting time in these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never have done something like that.
Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart.
In deference to your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of mailing a child into my office. Leave now.
Oh, crap. Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford time it takes to unravel their own truths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetuated. We have far more serious matters to which we contend.
Serious matters? Did Grace mention something like that yesterday? Yes, Inspector Gates made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that.
What could it be?
3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me.
There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart.
Which is?
It's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her.
A timely suggestion.
Sorry.
The girl currently has no representation.
But, that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right.
Why would she do that?
A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at a local prison.
Yes, thank you.
Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you.
So in other words, I have to convince Gina to allow representation. What a day. Gina charged with murder. Just as I said, about to leave. Sholmes shot. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste.
But Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do?
As Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can. Thank you, Mr. Sato. It's a very pensive look. I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I think we should wish her well before I leave.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go!
If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can as a lawyer. Okay, so we gotta go back to the prison with Susato. Hopefully we'll get a different response out of Gina. 15th of April, local prison, cell 13. Ah! Hello again, Gina. I'll shoot you! Gina, I gotta reload! What are you here for now? To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher stuffed in her face yet again, obviously.
I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition in that thing, don't I?
Look! You can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you. Really?
Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
Farewell?
Tomorrow, I must must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Oh, what? I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I've had so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a long parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie. Well, that is my business! Shove off! Both Iris and Mr. Naruto believe you to be honest, and Gina, they put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them. Yeah, that's right, I can't! What of it? It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are so clearly unhappy. Because of you. What? It's my fault? Yes, so I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve them. Don't deserve the faith they've invested in you. Eh? Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be. What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh? You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths. What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Mr. Naruto and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant. No! I can't!
Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? The one in which Magnus McGilder was acquitted? The case of the mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is this what this is about?
Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe.
Will you tell us about it now?
Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The couples got hold of me and shoved me at the witness stand.
Based on your testimony, Miss McGilly was declared innocent.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about the whole bunch of stuff.
I knew it.
What sort of things you could lie about? I had none of the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubby hole. I couldn't see a thing. And then I heard the loud thud, like someone falling on the floor.
That's when Miss McGilly discovered you?
Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seat, sat me next to the dead man. Not much to see light by when I looked at his hands. I had my hands covered with blood over them. I was so scared. I couldn't even speak.
He didn't even have a knife in his chest. And blood in your hands, in other words. It was Gina that the witness that the roof deck the witnesses saw in the skylight.
Then Miss McGill started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were and why you were hiding on the seat. Yeah, he did. Only that's not all.
What do you mean?
I mean, he threatened me.
Threatened you how?
He made me swear what I seen and what I heard. But what he was going to do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell anyone of it. I did. He said he'd let me scalp her before the coppers show up.
So he threatened. You must tell me you swore what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. What you saw, what you heard about the event. Sam, Miss McGill, it's for you not to tell anybody what you saw. You were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with Miss McGill sitting above your head, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true. But it was when I heard the thud of the cove hitting the floor. A little scream. Couldn't help it. Miss Gill had heard and dragged me out by the arm. That's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer that had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny.
A disc? Like the music box disc?
A disc.
Do you mean...
Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me in the Winnie Banks.
So the music box disc was there on the floor of the omnibus.
Not for long. McGill had spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it inside his pocket.
So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder.
And Bog tried to told me. I want to mutter a word of it to no one.
What you heard?
Because it was so dark under the seat in the cabin. I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin.
Presumably that was McGildy getting on board.
Nah, not only him.
Oh,
Because I would definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people.
in that case it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGildy and the victim. Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. His testimony in the trial, Mr. McGildy claimed he slept during the carriage ride. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. The last time you'll probably hear of me. And your own testimony, Gina, supported this.
All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah, that wasn't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time in low voices.
What? What were they talking about?
Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud.
It still tells us something. Mr. McGilden and the victim knew each other. So McGilden was lying, as I suspected. After the event.
I knew it wasn't going to take long before someone raised the alarm and the bloke had been killed.
Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. It's about 9:30. I'm gonna finish up this last part.
So when the cab came to a stop, McGill told me to add back onto the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The 2 cops were up, ran off to get the coppers.
Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First.
Right, and after they'd gone, McGill had asked the driver to do him a favor.
A favor? Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with the nearby pawnbroker. And for your trouble, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. Oh, God. Nearby pawnbroker, you mean on Baker Street?
Yep, you got it. And it was at Winnie Banks. Coachy snapped up the money and ran off to pop his coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGill had opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there, but now without conditions.
I see. McGilda's conditions. What were McGilda's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean.
Don't tell a soul, not for anything. And what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well.
There's more.
Yeah, this is the most important thing he said.
I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me, with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you be seeing anything at all,
You asked me I'm going to pop your weasel, right?
Aye, the fiend's taking me overcoat to deposit with the pawnbroker's whereabouts. And I want you lads to take the reduction to get forward. Do you understand?
What? You want me to have the ticket?
That's right, and I'll come to fetch it for you later. sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it until then, exactly, and do whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you're to go to the pawn shop, Windy Bank, so it is, and you're to extend loan after the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited, any old fiend could come along and buy it.
Eh? But I ain't got that kind of brace.
Here's £5. That should be enough. Do you understand each other, lads? Don't be trying anything funny now. If you go against me...
Yeah, I get it.
Good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, I'll be visited by the police. I have no doubt. The culprits? Aye. They'll come asking to take the stand to testify as witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it you want?
Is that you might say? Is that what it is you won't?
So they were discussing everything about the trial.
After he'd gone over it all, I piped it, got as far away from there as I could. I eat the pawnbroker was sitting in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it on the next day once it got dark. So the guild had planned it and coerced Gina into giving false testimony. I bet you're ready to string me up, Nay. I lied in that big old courtroom. I told some corkers. The thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything what went on at Black Sums. He knew he had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGill would have... In a heartbeat, he could have had lots of chased out. A lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. And then where he could have gone, eh? Nowhere, that's where. So, I didn't have no choice.
Thank you, Jenna, for telling us everything.
What? I'm full now, eh? Go on a minute. You must be living.
Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor.
A favor? What?
Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial.
Eh?
If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But you need the paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us.
Investigate what?
Scene of the incident last night. Mr. SHOLMES was shot, you see.
You what? Really, having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? SHOLMES is gonna be alright, right?
That's why I wanted to investigate, for Mr. SHOLMES' sake as much as anything.
Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy. Is that it?
Something like that. Miss Susato?
Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here. I don't need no one to stick up for me though. No lawyer or nothing. Poor Ginny. She seems so lonely.
These representation papers, signed by Gina, put me in charge of her defense, showing this to Scotland Yard gains access to the crime scene. Well, at least it should mean we can investigate the scene at Windy Banks now.
Yes. And perhaps we can come back to visit Gina when we're done there.
Maybe. I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. Now I have her representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now, it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us from investigating at Windy Banks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. I don't think he's going to be happy either way. But what the hell? Because he has to investigate anyways. Oh well, and with that, I need to save it. And I will come back to this tomorrow after I finish work. And after I get a bunch of things done. I may or may not, because I have, like, stuff to do.
I gotta get groceries. I gotta get protein shakes. I gotta pick up my meds. I gotta just do stuff. Lots of stuff. Alright, I gotta go. So in the meantime, I will see you all tomorrow, possibly. Alright? Later.